This tutorial is designed to teach you how to create stairs in your buildings. If you go to our assignment page, you will see that the typical rule for stairs is a 7-inch rise and an 11-inch run. Rise is how high something goes and run is how deep something goes. So I'm going to compact my SketchUp screen just a little bit so that I can see both. And I'm going to go to a side view. And actually I want the other side. I will use my pan tool to move this over a little bit. Zoom in. I'm going to simply make a rectangle that is the size of the rise and the run. Now there are other ways to do staircases, but this is an easy way for a beginner to create them. So I'm going to choose my rectangle tool, and I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to make a rectangle that is 7 inches high and 11 inches wide. 7 inches, which is the quote mark, comma, 11 inches. That looks very tiny, and of course it will, compared to our temple dimensions. And I'm going to take that and make it a component. So I will click on the rectangle, click on the component tool, and call it step. Create. Now I will take my step and use Control Move to make sure that I'm on the move and not the rotate tool. Zoom in a little bit more, and a little bit more. Move a copy right above it. Move a copy right above that. Right above that. And continue to do this until I reach the height. Now once you reach a certain point, you can select a whole bunch of steps. And Control Move those. I'm just going to delete the top two. Now when you come to a point like this, where you're not quite as high up as you think it should be, what you would do is raise your whole stack, because it's easier for a person to have a low step on the bottom than on the top. I'm not going to do that at the moment. I can see that there are some places here where my boxes aren't stacked exactly. I'm going to pause this recording while I fix that. Okay, I've adjusted my stack so that my top step lines up with the top of my structure, and I have a space on the bottom. I'm going to just draw a rectangle to fill in the space at the bottom. And I'm going to make that one a component also, but I'm going to call this stair base. Okay, now that I have my stack, I'm going to select everything except the top step by using the arrow tool and the shift key. And I'm going to Control Move, copy over, and then I'll do the same thing. I'll deselect this top one, and so I'll select everything except the top one, shift. Make sure that you're selecting all of them and don't leave any blank. And Control Move a copy over. And I'm going to keep doing this until I'm down to only the base. Again, I'm going to pause the recording while I work on that. Okay, you can see here my finished layout. I'm going to orbit around. Right. I'm going to click on any one of these squares except the bottom row. I'm going to double click on it so that it opens the component, and I'm going to pull that one all the way across using the push pull, and it should pull my whole staircase over. Then I'll orbit back, choose my bottom part here, and again I want to choose any one of them and it will choose all of them. So orbit around, and again pull that across using the push pull. Oops, that lost my selection. Double click to open it and push pull. And there you have it, a quick way to build a staircase using the correct rise over run to meet any size structure. This ends this tutorial.